Hi everyone, I'm Needlecraft Annie. This is flosstube number 81. Today is the 3rd of May 2021, so Stitchmaynia has started. Yay! For me it's not super exciting this year, but nevertheless, I have some things to show you. But first of all, I want to tell you a story. Basically, I had an early shift today, so when I came home from work, at around 2 o'clock. Basically, I rewatched my video from last week and then wanted to start with filming. And yeah, I was watching my old video, like I always do, and we had a thunderstorm, like big one. Big lightning, thunder, everything. When I had the video on, you could like really loudly hear the rain. So I decided to not do my video at that moment and instead take a nap. I wanted to leave that out today, but as I could not do my video, why not take a nap? So I did, only for about half an hour, and now the thunderstorm is gone and I can finally do my video. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. That means it's quite late in the afternoon already. It's 4 o'clock. So I do not have a whole lot of time left this evening for stitching. I have to run for some groceries and stuff. So we will see, especially with editing, we will see how much stitching there will be left for today. But talking about stitching, let's move to stitching and let me show you what I stitched on last week. Last week, for the majority of the week, it was still April. So I still had my normal rotation going. So I had a daily piece. A piece I stitched on every day of the week. Last week, that was Cinderella Rags to Riches by Joan Elliott. I'm stitching the combined version like that. And because I could not get 1,000 stitches to the end of the week with only 5 days, I did not want to do 200 stitches every day. I decided to go back to 120 stitches every day. So in the end, I had a little bit over 600. So this is what it's going to look like when it's done. I will show you a picture of what it looked like last week here, and then a picture after Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then I will show you what it looks like right now. So here are the pictures. And this is where I got to, and I am so happy with this one. So what did I do? First of all, this one is stitched on a 28 count 2/2 full cross. The fabric is a 28 count casual linen from Pictures Plus in the colorway Fog. So basically I took the stitch, this fabric is so flimsy, it's so hard to show. And the needleminder is from Denker Designs, I tell you that now as well. So I took the color that was missing from the top, stitched one length of thread, and then I took the next color that was missing. So basically I did all those chronic swirls over here. I did quite a bit in her arm over here, a little bit in the front of her dress, and I started with the broomstick. And then I did some back stitching over here, on this arm over here, yeah, and on the broomstick as well. So really happy with how she's turning out. Can't wait to get back to her and finish a little bit more, maybe in her arm, and then actually move down into her dress. Because when I have finished the bodice of her dress, I will be able to put in some beads. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, on Friday, I then put in some beads all above her head and down to here. Only around 40 beads, so not a whole lot, but better than nothing. So yeah, this is Cinderella in rags to riches, and this year I'm concentrating on Cinderella in rags, and so far, so good. Really happy with her. Okay, moving forward in my rotation last week, of course, I also had a fancy lady. And my fancy lady last week was Royal Games number 2 by Mirabilia. That's what it's going to look like when it's done, and I show a picture of what it looked like last time here. And this is where I got to with her, and I'm so happy. She stitched on a 32 count white opalescent linen 2/2/4 cross. Needleminder is from Denkai Designs. And basically what I did, I worked on her glove and on her staff, and then I moved the borders of the card a little bit further down. So next, coming back to her, I can start stitching from top to bottom with her as well. I also did quite a few of the beads, especially up in here in her staff, and then I had some beading thread left on my needle, and I had some beads left on my tacky bob, so I brought them over here and continued with some beads in here. So really happy with how she's turning out. She's super blingy, super sparkly, because all those stitches up here, everything up here is either Krennic or beads. So super sparkly, super cool. Yeah, here we go. I'm so happy with her as well. She's beautiful. Okay, next, my non-full coverage project of the week. That does not have to be a fancy lady, but last week actually was Raven Queen, also by Mirabilia. That's what she's going to look like when she's done, and I show a picture of what she looked like last time here. And this is where I got to. She stitched on a 32 count grey Belfast linen 2/2/4 cross. Needleminder is from Denkai Designs. And last week I concentrated on her face. So I actually gave her a face. I have not yet backstitched it, but I gave her a face. Brought a little bit of the skin further down, did a little bit more skin in here, so there's only one skin color missing now. As I said, I stitched her face. I actually backstitched her face as well, but I have not backstitched her face line, like chin line and stuff. That's not yet done, because I'm still missing a few of the cross stitches next to it, so I couldn't actually backstitch that yet. But I backstitched her hairnets with Krennic. That looks super amazing. And then I started beading her crown. Or finished beading her crown. So yeah, she is beautiful. And I can't wait to get back to her and finish her neck area, her skin, before I then move on to the right side of the piece and stitch the structures in the back. But first, she has to look fabulous. And she will. She definitely will. So yeah, this is my Raven Queen. Again, really happy with her. I told you last week I will have a beading day, and I did on Friday. I only did beads, except for on Cinderella rags to riches, where I had still to do some stitches because I had not enough beads to actually do 120 beads. I only did around 40, and then I did some stitching. For all of the other pieces on Friday, I did only the beads. All the rest was already done in the week prior. So yeah, really happy with her. Can't wait to get back to her and do a little bit more. But I'm not sure when that will be. We'll see about that. During May, everything is a little bit different, and that's fine. Okay, let's move to my full coverage piece, or my fancy lady full coverage piece. Because last week that was Story Keep the Frog Prince by Having Enough Designs. Artwork is by Melanie Della. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. And I show a picture of what it looked like last time here. And this is where I got to. So this one is stitched on a 32 count ice blue linen 2/110 stitch needleminder, is from Denkai Designs. And basically I finished the diagonal of 10 by 10 blocks. I think around 800 stitches or something. I finished that, and I'm really happy about that, because next time I'm going to stitch on this, I will start back up in here to do my next diagonal, and then I will only have 300 or 400 stitches to do until I will have finally reached a little bit more of the crown, so you will hopefully be able to see it. So can't wait for that to happen. So happy with this one. Yeah, it's beautiful. There are a lot of part threads, but I really like stitching on this one. So yeah, here we go, and we're getting to the exciting parts. We're close to being done with all of the background. Well, with only background. There will be some exciting parts coming. So that's really nice. Yeah. Very footprints. So far, not a whole lot to see because it's all background. But as I said, will be coming, so that's cool. Okay. Next, my full courage piece of the week was Norwegian Ship and a Sail. It's the small edition. There is a bigger one on the Golden Kites website as well. But yeah, I decided to go for the small one. It's big enough and it has enough detail for my liking, so I'm fine with that. So I showed you a picture of what it looked like last time here. And this is where I got to. Basically, I just finished the column and have not yet started the next one. Just no time. This column took so long. It's stitched on an 18 count antique white Ada. I'm stitching 2/1/4 cross. Needleminder is from Denkai Designs. And yeah, I'm on page number 3, which is my 4th page, and have now finished this column. Last week when I showed this project, I had a commenter saying that I should be careful about not stitching straight lines in my pieces because of getting lines in my pieces, and if I hold it in the sun a little bit more, you can see I do have lines. Honestly, I don't care. I'm not even sure this will ever hang anywhere in my house. I'm just stitching it for fun, and as I'm stitching this from a paper chart, it's definitely easier to just stitch it in columns. It makes it a lot easier for me with the paper chart. I bought those charts, those Golden Kite charts. I have 3 of them. All 3 of them I bought back when I had no idea about stitching. I think I ordered them after half a month of stitching. So yeah, I had no idea. So that's why I bought the paper charts and not the PDF ones. Which also means that I'm now not able to put them into Pattern Keeper, which is an amazing app and helps so much with PDF patterns. But as I said, those are not able to be put in there. I'm not going to order from the Golden Kite website the upgrade to PDF patterns or anything like that. Those are only 3 charts. They are all relatively small. I'm just going to go with it and don't care, basically. But that means I'm going to stitch it in columns because it makes it easier for me. And if I have columns lines, I don't care as much. With the other projects, those 2 other ones, Golden Kite ones, one is stitched cross country, so that doesn't matter. And the other one is also stitched in columns, but that one is stitched with 10 stitch, so it doesn't matter as much as on here with the full cross. But as I said, I'm not even sure I ever want to have this displayed anywhere in my house. At the moment, I'm just stitching it for fun, so I'm fine with it. And honestly, I just don't care. I have a lot more fun stitching it just in columns and not caring about not getting lines in it. So as stitching for me is the most about fun and not so much about the finished project, that's the more important thing for me. I know everyone's different, and I can totally understand if you do not want to have column or lines in your project. I can totally understand. I just don't care. Sorry. Yeah, this is Norwegian Ship and the sail. I'm happy how it's turning out. Can't wait to do a little bit more in those sails. They already look amazing. So yeah, that's that one. And that's been my normal rotation for the rest of April. So then Stitchmaynia started. I told you last time, Stitchmaynia for me this year, it's not a normal Stitchmaynia. I never did that. I want to bring my whip number a little bit further down. I want to have less whips than I have at the moment. At the moment, I have 18 whips. For me, perfect, I think, would be below 10. But at the moment, I have 11 full coverage pieces. None of those will be finished this year. So we will see. It's a slow process. Someday I maybe will have below 10 whips. That would be the goal. At the moment, that's not the case. But yeah, I do not want to start any more projects, so I decided to do a little something with one of my whips that consists out of 30 partials, and I had 11 left, so I would have 11 starts that are not actually starts. But before all of that happened, one of my projects had its second birthday, so that had to be celebrated by stitching on it the whole day. The project, that's now 2 years old, is Colorado Mountains by Golden Kite. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. And I'll show you a picture of what it looked like last time here. And this is where I got to. Super happy. This one is stitched on a 25 count 2/110 stitch. Needleminder is from Danka Designs. And on its second birthday, I finished the page number 8 of the design, or page number 10, but the 8th page overall. Because in the first row, I have 4 pages done. I have now 3 pages done in the second row and 1 page down in the bottom row. So with finishing this page, while stitching on it, next time I stitch on it, I will move down in the bottom row and do my second page down here. This one is the one that's also stitched in columns, but with 10 stitch. And you can see up here in the sky, where there's not a lot of confetti, you can see it a little bit. But down in the mountains, you don't see anything like that. So yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm now a bit more than 40% done on this piece, so I'm really happy about that. It's getting closer. And yeah, as I said, really happy. Really cool to have a page finish on its birthday. And yeah, it's super confetti heavy, especially in those mountain areas, but it's absolutely worth it. So yeah, I'm really happy about that and can't wait to move further down and do a little bit more down here. So yeah, here's that one. Page finish is always cool. So yeah, here we go. That's Colorado Mountains. And that's my start of Stitchmaynia. And then on the 2nd of May, so yesterday, as I said, I started the piece with the 30 partials and 11 are missing. I'm talking about the Tiny Stockings ornaments by Bacilla. Yeah, 11 of those are not yet stitched, so I will start one every day and hopefully finish one every day. On Sunday, I did not have to work. I was off work. I did not have anything to do, so I stitched the whole day. I choose them randomly with an app, and the one chosen on Sunday was this girl down here. So I got started with that one, and on Sunday, I actually finished it. Super cute. Really happy with this one. It's stitched, all those pieces are stitched on 14 count Aida. I think 4 inches high, 3.5 inches wide, something like that. And yeah, 2/2 with all the kit floss. Yeah, here she is. She's super cute. As I said, really in love with her. And actually my French knots worked surprisingly well. If you've been here on this channel for a little bit longer, last year for Stitchmaynia I also started a few of those, I think 16 or something. You know that I do not like French knots. I just don't. And those worked really good. Not perfect, but for me, they're pretty good. So I'm really happy with that. We'll see how it works for all those other ones. I'm just happy when I don't have to do French knots. For example, the Cinderella rack switches I showed you in the beginning. She has charted some French knots as well, but on the bottom of the chart there's an alternate for those French knots, and you can use beads. And I was like, oh, I need just beads. I'm not stitching French knots. Not going to happen, especially not on a piece that I'm really in love with and I'm thinking about displaying in my home. Those won't happen. I might finish them as stockings and give them to relatives or anything like that. On the 26th of December, we always celebrate Christmas, except for last year. And like with everyone, normally we are around 19 people. So it would be really nice if everyone would get a little stocking. But for that, I would have to turn them into stockings. Yeah, we'll see. FFOing stuff, like really fully finishing stuff, into displays or, for example, into stocking, it's not my strong suit. I have so many finished projects, and I don't think I have fully finished anything except for those Joyful World Cell monthly pieces. And those I just ironed into a form, so every month I can switch them out. And that's all I did. So yeah, not my strong suit, we will see about that. But yeah, this one was yesterday's. Today I already started the next one because, as I said, I had an early shift. So in the morning I spun my wheel and decided which one would be next. So I could already stitch on it at work as my travel stitching or out of the house stitching. So the next one that got spun was this one over here, this flower. So I started that one. I'm not yet done. This is where I'm at with that one at the moment. Probably not going to finish it today. Considering it's 4:30, I have to go for groceries. I will have to continue filming and editing this video. Yeah, we will see how much I will be able to actually get done. Probably not a whole lot, but that's fine. All of those that don't get finished during their day, I will keep. And after, or starting with the 13th of May, when I'm through with all of them and have started all of them, I will start using them as travel stitching. So they will get finished then. So that will probably be the first one that's not going to make it as a finish today. But yeah, that's my start. I'm still happy with that. For travel stitching or for stitching at work, that's actually quite fine. So yeah, I'm good with that. And we'll see how much I can get done the rest of the evening. And I will show you what I managed to do next week. Okay, that's everything I stitched on. Plans this week, kind of low. I'm going to continue with those for 6 or 7 more days and talk to you on Monday. Plans! Yeah, I can't actually tell you anything about that. As I said, I chose them randomly, so I'm not able to show you which ones I will do next week. And on Monday I will be back and show you what I did and what I did not do. I'm sorry. if you feel like I'm a little bit more over the top than normally. I'm really tired. And I don't know if this phrase exists in English as well. In Germany, it's after being tired, there's dumb. And that's how I feel at the moment. But that's fine. I'm going to go to bed early today. So, yeah, that will work. And we'll see about everything else. Yeah, as I said, I have quite a few things to do today still. And so not a lot of stitching, but we will see about that. That's everything I can tell you. I hope you have a wonderful week. I will be back on Monday, hopefully. Should be. And yeah, stay safe, stay healthy, and see you next week.